The Kenyan government has just quashed two major proposals by the Kenyan government. First, it has blocked the deployment of Kenyan police to Haiti, which was a controversial one. Another one is the Kenyan court has also ruled against, the government by blocking the housing tax. Hello, I am Mahlet, Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. Now, let's dive into regarding blocking the Kenyan police deployment to Haiti, as it has been controversial ever since it was introduced at the UN Secretary General Assembly by President Biden when he thanked President William Ruto for accepting the proposal and to lead the mission deployment in Haiti, because it was not only Kenya, there were also other countries from Africa and also from the Caribbean. Now, so this is what the Kenyan court has ruled out. By the way, it's not just the Kenyan court, but also their parliament has blocked it a number of times. It has been in debate. I mean, this is really something that we all wish as an African, if our countries or the government system will listen to what's decided by the member of parliament, that the parliament have different voices where the debates can happen, not just accepting what is proposed by the government. Now, when we go to now the news, so as I said, the Kenyan court has ruled out just let me go. Yeah, so the judge, what happened is the judge argued that the deployment would be illegal, as the National Security Council lacks the legal authority to send police outside Kenya. This is number one reason for the court to block the deployment. Also, there is another reason that they have listed. They also said the council can actually only deploy military, not police, for peacekeeping missions such as Haiti. Okay, this is really what is really interesting, because the government knew what the constitution holds, that it has no mandate to deploy the police mission to Haiti, but still it has brought it to the member of parliament to be debated and even took it to the court. It's after the member of parliament has rejected it that the government has taken it to the court, by the way. So yeah, it's really for the government doing things against the constitution. That's something else. Also, it can also only deploy military, not police. I remember when I was analyzing this here, also the parliament, the member of parliament, they said that the Kenya first have to secure its own national security before sending troops or police peacekeeping mission to a next country. Now, Kenya had volunteered a lead to a multinational security force in Haiti to quell the gang violence, but that was not accepted by Haiti, most of the Haitians. And this will bring us, which is the third reason for the court to block the government proposal or appeal to assign or to send a police mission to Haiti, because such things needs to be agreed. It should be a reciprocated agreement. It should not be only the will of Kenyan government or the will of the Western countries or the US or the UN. It has to be actually accepted by the Haitian government. And as we know, the capital of Haiti, 90% or more than 80% of the capital is right now not controlled by the government. Okay, I will not say by the gangs, but it's not controlled by the government. And there's a lot of controversy after the president have been assassinated, meaning the Haitian president have been assassinated, and how this one came to power. So there's a lot of things in the background, and this is where actually when the Haitian people, the civil society rejection comes from, or it stems from. Now, the Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry last year asked the UN to urgently deploy a multinational force, because I also brought here the Caribbean, the Barbados ambassador to the Caribbean community, to CARICOM, and asked him actually whether, the Haiti government has or the Haitian people have been considered in all these things. And he said actually the request came from the Haitian government. But now, does that government represent all the Haitian people? We don't know. But the government had been overwhelmed by gangs who controlled 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Okay. Now, the UN Security Council backed Kenya's offer to lead the force, and Kenyan lawmakers went to approve the deployment. Now, also the Kenyan government has asked actually $237 million for 1 year mission. And out of that, only $100 million was approved by the US. The rest was not approved. And this was all just for the 1,000 police. It was not even for the entire mission. Now, in Haiti, the possible deployment had received mixed reaction, as I told you, from community members who have suffered at the hands of gangs. Now, there are those, for example, Laurent from the director of Mercy Corps in Haiti said that he was in his interview to BBC that the potential, meaning the mission, will have the potential to facilitate access to public infrastructure and address the humanitarian crisis. On the other hand, the opposition leader of Kenya, Ikuru Okot, he said that who brought it to the court, the ruling of the court was a win for Kenya, which could not afford to spare officers before tackling its own security challenges. He also added that President William Ruto was only using the deployment to prop up his international image and seek favor with Western countries like the US. Now, I also came here, when the Kenyan government failed to materialize what they said, visa-free Kenya in 2024. I have here analyzed a number of things that what President William Ruto have said ever since he came to power, but not implemented ever, or you find him doing something else, from ditching dollar and then going to IMF and then praising the African Continental Free Trade Area and then signing a trade partnership with the European Union and a number of other things, and saying a visa-free Kenya for all foreigners outside of Kenya, and then stopping that and even requiring visa for those who were not asked for visa prior to this announcement. For example, the country like Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and I can name it. So there's a lot of backlash, where we don't find William Ruto for his word. So this is, but to find also a public system or a public organization that has a potential and the capacity to debate this and to represent the voice of the people, that is really kudos to the Kenyan court. I just to remind you also, there was 250,000 Kenyan skilled manpower were announced by the Kenyan government to be sent to Germany, and now that has also received a backlash and people are not applying for that. So sorry, there's a number of things that the government's propping up, and then we don't find it to materialize because it should be accepted by the people. It's just then the voice of the government. Now, these two things blocking the deployment of the Kenyan police to Haiti, and then also blocking the housing tax of Kenya. It's something that needs to be uploaded because it comes from the people. Now, just to say some things about the housing tax, the Kenyan court ruled against the government in two cases, as I said, with police deployment to Haiti, and then also to the housing tax. Now, this tax was about to be a mandatory of 1.5% tax, which was introduced in July until an ongoing appeal against the validity of the tariff is heard and determined. Now, this is what the court said. Quotation opens: in our view, public interest lies in awaiting the determination of the appeal. The three judges ruled on Friday. This is because if the stay sought is granted at this stage, should the appellate court affirm the impugned decision, then some far-reaching decisions that will have been undertaken pursuant to the impugned laws may not be reversible. So this is it. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you like what we bring you here, give it a thumbs up, and please share the video with others so that we can reach to as many people as possible, and we can empower each other with information and knowledge. If you want to help us further, please go ahead to the description section and donate to our PayPal account. That will mean a lot, and it will help us to be here more often. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.